And with that, I'm going to reduce the sound a little bit. And welcome to the Sintopia demo. A game basically similar to Two Point Hospital and Sintopia from deck 17. Yeah, welcome to Sintopia. This is a preview of the content that will be available on early access. After the tutorials, you will be limited to 12 days in challenge mode. Can't have it all for free. If you like the game, please support us on Steam by wishlisting. You can also drop by on our Discord to discuss the game. You there. Let's see what options do we have here. Default Hell Incorporated. Okay. Basically, we manage Hell, having those deceased people and processing their sins, and then we will get rewards for that and so on. Similar to the Point Hospital, you have your sick people, and then you have to try to cure them. Okay, then settings, adaptive, roof disappearance. I think that looks all how it should be. Okay, would like to turn VSync off, but we'll see. Okay. Key bindings are work in progress. Okay, then let's go. The release date, as far as I know, is like in 2025. Let's maybe look at the credits. Is there something interesting there? It was loved by Park Night Games. So it's like a studio of Deck 17. If fires are often spread too much, consider investing in Healing Rain to douse the flames yourself. Dear applicant, since the previous holder of the job got exiled from creation, you have applied for the new vacant position of Health Administrator. After careful analysis of your mostly empty resume, we are happy to announce that your profile was selected to take the reins of Hell Incorporated, a Heaven co-subsidiary. We assure you that being the only applicant among angels does not remove anything from your merits and earning that title. The chairman, creator of all that is, shall approach you promptly for your onboarding and training. Sincerely, Heaven Co. HR department. Oh god, HR is always interesting.
First world to redeem from me. Well, it's not exactly a normal world. This one is magically warded against wanton stupidity. You didn't think I would give you the keys without teaching you the ropes first. Anyway, lesson 1. Oh, crap. It's the priority line. Sorry, I've got to take that. Oh well, I'm sure you'll figure it out. In the name of me, it never stops. I swear I need vacations far, far away.
Look at you, all alone, you poor thing. Lily, you're appointed Chief of Staff and all-purpose advisor. Pleasure's all mine. Oh, don't be surprised. You'll be in very good company ruling over Hell as its new administrator. And yes, before you mention it, I am indeed a succubus. Very first to ever be. Don't worry yourself, however. I am very much tamed.
Still
some bite left in me. Oh, please, you need only ask. But enough fun talk. We have souls to punish.
Okay, then maybe let's turn up a little bit so you hear more of dialogue. And now, the chairman being absent, Lily, the first succubus, is taking care of your onboarding on this magically protected world where almost nothing bad can happen. Not to you, anyway. We have 5,500 progress dollars and 42 humans. Go meet the humus? 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 Visit the office, learn the basics, then start.
Allow me to teach you a few tricks before the chairman comes back, hmm? First, let's visit this realm's overworld. See for yourself.
I think I need to turn off VSync.
Meet your administered sentient chickpeas. Yes, you heard me right. They're called hummus. They aren't overly smart and they have a tendency to sin a lot, but I suppose that's why we're here. To cleanse them in between their lives before it gets too bad. For example, if you were to judge these guys as needing a quick trip to hell, you could always nudge their fate the right way, right?
Okay, first, settings, graphics, VSync. Humans develop on their own and go about their life depending on their life path, influencing their life and death. Only happens through spell casting. Got it. Cast force push on humans. There. Force push. High as possible. We can flick them up. Click and hold to cast. Whee!
What? What was that? I was being hypothetical. Anyway, no biggie. Dying isn't that much of a big deal for the hummus. That's kind of what they do anyway. All right, now that the introductions are done, have a look around.
Vast to move the camera, zoom in and out of E to rotate, and then click on the temple.
Oh, yes. This is the seating temple. It flew all the way here from heaven to populate this world with hummus. Essentially, it's the building that binds everything together with our hellish operations, so if it gets destroyed, there's no recovering from that. We're done. So, needless to say, should that happen, you're going to annoy a lot of important people.
Important people, so maybe also the big boss. Yeah, okay, got it. Resurrection portal. Whenever you resurrect a humans from hell, they will end up right here for a brand new life, full of hopes and maybe a tiny bit of debauchery. Okay, so basically there is reincarnation. Okay, interesting. And then the natality beacon. Here are humus seeds. This is where brand new humans are spawned from natality every day at dawn. So there's a natural population growth. Okay. Check the town center. The epicenter of humus activity will develop around it over time. Okay. And
If I haven't forgotten my hummus biology class, they have a wheat and fish-based diet. I wonder though, when sentient chickpeas eat wheat-based food, does it taste like meat for them?
it should be. This is a farm. Humans gather food here and drop it in the stockpile. They will consume their meal every day at noon or die trying. Can we maybe get in the settings, in the graphics, no full screen, Resolution, FPS limit, FPS. I think showing FPS would be nice, because I think sometimes they drop. Okay. Thinking about setting the... Got it. Yeah, they drop on regularly when I zoom around. This is sawmill. Humans gather materials to drop them in the stockpile in order to build and expand. They also can also build mines to gather stones, but it's still materials in the end. Got it. Click on the Reaper's bus clock. Take the Reaper's bus clock. Go to the graveyard. Graveyard. Ah, there, graveyard.
And this is where their sweet soul goes when they die. They'll chill there for a while, until they get buried away to hell. Alright, there's someone I want you to meet. He should arrive anytime now. Anytime. Come on. Come on! Ugh! Neither of us have time for that. Did you know you can manipulate the flow of time according to your needs? Could you please give it a boost?
1, 2, and 3 to change speed. In a minute he will come and pacify the souls.
Meet Steve, the Reaper. He created a company for the delivery of souls. He works with us as a private contractor for Helling.
The
Note that his
subcontractor.
bus has a maximum capacity, so if souls do miss the bus, they'll have to try and get the next one.
Okay, so there's a maximum flow. Interesting. And now?
And another successful shipment. Alright, I think it's time for you to check the office. Let's follow our souls in hell.
Let's go to hell. Highway to hell.
Welcome to Hell Inc., Administrator. Your bureaucratic empire starts today. Here's the theory. We must reduce the sins of these naughty boys and girls. To do that, we will punish them appropriately inside buildings, depending on what sins they accumulated throughout their lives. Then, once we're comfortable with the amount of sins they have left, we can just have the layout we built gently lead them to the resurrection gate so they can take a new shot at life. I'll let you tour your playground a little bit before we begin.
Hell Plaza, where souls are delivered by the Reaper bus. It all starts here. Okay, the FPS in Hell are a lot better than in the overworld. And here.
Remember this. Hummus and souls keep their sins through life and death. They might forget their previous life, but there is no reset on the taint their souls carry. That's precisely why our job is critical if you don't want the hummus to go insane with sins, or worse. Much worse. Don't even ask.
Your layout should always finish here so that souls can go back to life. Okay, got it. And
If we do our job right, for every soul we resurrect with low enough sin, we will get awarded with precious heroes. Heaven's currency. You'll be able to spend these in R&D and further develop your powers, but I'll go back to that later. Alright, time to build.
construction tips. Every building has a dedicated entry tile. Every building that handles souls have an X tile. These are highlighted via beams of color. Be mindful of these when picking a location. Then let's build omniscient doctors. There. Soul Those processed here will have a small amount of random sense removed in exchange of progress dollars. That sounds basically here.
This basic punishment building can transform sins into hard cash, purga dollars. It's not very good at it, though.
Old roads. I guess there is different roads depending on supposed to take. Souls will always try to move forward if they can. They cannot go against the flow. So be careful of the direction of your roads. Plus, they will split evenly at every intersection. Okay. I guess we have waited for progress dollars. Or am I betrotting all? Ah, okay. Ah, there's.
Not yet. Try to follow the advised layout for now. You'll make your own mistakes soon enough, don't worry.
Yeah, that the one road
Well
is
done.
not
And don't
connected
you
wasn't
worry.
clear to
I'm
me here.
working these souls for now.
Good. In order for buildings to function, they need an employee to work in it. Hire one in the recruitment menu and drop inside the building, rinse and repeat. The question is there also different employees, aka demons, depending on co-founder of the Anonymous Pills Addict Association. Bad jokes critique. Fedora enthusiast. Moth breather. Okay. Work time. Time spent at work between two breaks. The speed at which imps perform one work cycle of building gameplay. I think this one is quite a good one.
I'm in. I didn't expect that. Souls are in for a treat.
And maybe first quite expensive and not that good. I think let's
Charmed, I'm sure.
I think we'll want a Hell Pet show next. This building produces faith coins by trading souls. Faith coins are consumed to power your spells. You'll want a lot of these to have fun in the overworld.
Okay, so basically there are two. Wouldn't it be possible, like, after they went into this building, so we have, like, a more input? Nah, anyway. Help it show. Not easy being red. Can pimp the block formula titular help it. Souls processed here generate a small amount of faith coins needed to cast spells on the overworld. Then the road, there is interesting. There's something with a traffic light down there. Maybe you can like manage the flow of the souls better. Careful, buildings require different type of personnel to be operational. There are 3 types: stat imps for punishment, secretarian for administration, and work imps for everything else. Okay, so we need I think work imp. Elvis legend, Bill Thruster, Head Horse. Okay.
You just hired. Sure, can do.
All right, I'm freeing the freaks.
Yeah. There's also different stats here. Greed, lust, prideful.
Ugh. I think we need more souls. Should we go get more? If you get my drift.
Hmm. Help a little bit the business. Okay, I see.
Okay. When you're on the hunt, be creative with the environment. You might be surprised how a little fantasy can be rewarding. My personal favorite? Crushed by the udders of a cow. And don't you feel bad for them, okay? It's strictly professional. There's no wrong in having fun at work.
Hey, how about a little work accident? Ah, the shorter I do it, the stronger. Whee! Yeah. Maybe is there something interesting to do over here? Do this.
Oh, well done. You're a natural. It shows.
Humus gain sins in many different ways. For example, if they witness other humus dying, they will get more wrathful. If couriers select a humus and hover above each icon to have the list of forces. Interesting.
Well,
That's
dear administrator, we're all done with the basics now. Why don't you earn your keep? That's bound to please the chairman when he returns. Lily out.
Let's look. Sloth. Amount of sloth corruption systems generated. Wrath. Amount of wrath corruption whenever death of another. It gains a tiny amount of it. Pride. The amount of pride corruption. Builders, rangers, priests, doctors generated over time when working. Whenever a building finishes, build all those that finish the building generate a burst of it. Builders repairing a building or removing a ruin generate a burst of it. Envy. The amount of envy and corruption. Newcomers generated quickly over time due to lacking a home. Lust. The amount of lust corruption every time a human finishes the full gains a small amount of it. Maybe there's ways to reduce it overnight. Greed. Amount of greed. Gatherers generated over time when working. Harvest generated for themselves when stuffing stuffed by merchant. Gluttony. Amount of gluttony. When he eats it, generates a tiny amount of it. The human cannot eat, it generates a burst of developing a healthy relation to it. Genometer. Cumulative value of the since below 42 when resurrected to grant 1 hero. And when a sinner reaches 50, this human will turn into a deviant of that sin. Only the highest deviancy is active at the time. Demon. When a sinner reaches 100, this human will permanently turn into a demon. That sin, let it happen at your own risk. Okay. Interesting. Great. got it. Then let's go back to hell and see. Do we have to make it parallel, or can we do it one after another? The thing that I curious. Well, we'll see. Can maybe. Another two. Okay, we don't have the money for that. Well, there. Good.
Of course. Whatever you say, Chief.
Have 6 in our graveyard, so I think the music is interesting, or kind of it is kind of generic, but it seems to be quite similar in the style of, for example, Startopia. Startopia was basically similar in the sense that you were kind of the governor of a space station and were like constructing it, and then had different kinds of aliens and so on, and could do tourism or garden stuff or trading and so on to get money and so on and so on, and had their own little how to say own little way of dealing with that. Yeah, and also like the humor was similar
Me? Okay.
regarding kind of a dry, flat-ish humor, but still with own charm. I very much would like to move and move. Then pay some this and yeah. I want to go to the Alpha show. Yuki. And also the like the dialogue seems, or not, the text blurbs seem to be written quite interesting. Like, quite, I think we need some more customers. And get some more. let's get some more customers. Ah, there's a bell. Maybe we can like. Ah, there's limited amount of use to cast spells in the overworld. Oh, okay. So we should not use too much of that. Let's maybe do some rock paste. Not enough faith coins. Okay. Yeah, then I guess we have to save that. Yeah, we also have like 12, so it seems that there's enough for a while. Enough customers for a bit. Okay. Okay. There may be some info there. Those processed here generate a small amount of faith coins needed to cast spells in the overworld. Yeah, child conditioning generates 1 per production cycle. Generated faith coin 70, treated soul 7, critical failure 0, soft failures 0. Summary. Other amounts. Other plus full of schools. Thinking putting one after here directly. Good. I think I will put one after, not that. So we have at least like have one go through the omniscient doctor. This one looks good. Like the initial price is quite steep, but learning cost.
We might just make something out of you. Good job. Kiss, kiss.
Things are happening. Success. The temple thrives. Day 0, humans 29, soul 16, average sinometer 28, unleash demon 0, since punished 264, so resurrected 11. Chairman satisfaction, the big boss least. Good job, pal. Always knew you had it in it. In you. Continue. But I think if Startopia was.
Ah, I see you've met your chief of staff. Good old trustworthy Lily.
You know me, straight as an arrow.
As any arrow should be. Otherwise, bang, crooked arrow's trash bin, huh? Anyway, as it seems that Lily already took it upon herself to onboard you, I'll leave you two to it. Got calls to make. Busy, busy, busy. But hey, good talk.
Anyway, big day for you coming up. Your first real assignment. But before we dive into it, you should meet your coordination team. This is Rupert, our expert in everything hummus related. I think he has a PhD in homology or something like that, allegedly.
Yes. Well met, Administrator. Some could say that I am indeed a specialist. I have helmed for several years the Institute of Sins and Humas, where we studied the interactions between...
What a dork! I love this guy.
And that would be Larry.
Damn right I am, the Larry. Hotshot, ladies man, and 3-time world champion of forklift tuning.
And your job is.
Ah, well, I'm the man you want to talk to for everything maintenance and infrastructure related. I keep this whole little operation tight and steady.
And no one doubts that. And finally, we have.
I can introduce myself, thank you. I'm Janine, Mistress of Paperwork and Processes. And, if I'm not mistaken, that is all you're required to know.
Right. Good. Good. Well, now that you've met your crew, let's get to work. On your mark.
Good, okay. So I guess the one dodgy looking guy is forklift certified. Now that you learned the basics and meet your entire crew, you're given your very first assignment. However, the training wheels aren't removed just yet. Players, you still have lots to learn. Attend a humology course, study the Liber Administratum, learn advanced notion.
Before I leave you off the hook, there's still a handful of topics you should go through if you don't want mayhem to strike within days.
So, overworld?
Let us begin the Huma's political theory course. If you open your manual, chapter 12, page 78, paragraph 4?
Rupert, we don't distribute these manuals to administrators anymore. Budget reallocation? Just make it short. Yes?
Oh, I wasn't aware. I'm not a fan of improvisation. Can we postpone this?
Step aside, buddy. Let me handle this. All right, Chief, here's the deal. There's some kind of scepter imbued with the power to control the hummus population. It's planted in a magical rock in front of the temple. It randomly selects a new ruler whenever there isn't one. And then that guy has to go through the coronation process to finally do his thing. And, the ruler, do what rulers do. Same as you, I guess? Sorry, Chief. I'm still a bit fuzzy on what you actually do.
The ruler assigns the life path of the humus and orders the construction of associated buildings. Personality randomly selected at coronation dictates the assignation priorities. Inspect the king. Where's the king? There's still. I can. Sleeping. Okay, good. Open the ruler menu. Priorities.
Please note that Hummus rulers will determine the life paths of others as well as what to build according to their personality. So expect wildly different priorities from a ruler to the next. These rulers often bolster the spirit of the Hummus that they favor, giving them an edge for as long as this ruler remains in power.
Which means, if you don't like this one, you can change. Just spitballing ideas, of course, but an inappropriate ruler could end up having an innocuous accident, like smashing his face against a wall.
He is an industry mogul. The old world will burn in the flames of industry. He has the priorities of gather, merchant, envy, builder, pride. Weakness is in harvesting, and in doctor. Okay, and galvanize builders. Galvanized gatherers and resource builder skills. Hey, and we we want to kill the king. And let's have a little rock smashing contest. Oh, where he goes flying. That's
Such a tragedy. The king is dead. Long live the king.
When a ruler dies, an aspirant ruler is chosen randomly in the humus population. The aspirant then darts towards the temple for coronation ceremony. This time looks like a queen or an
Such eagerness.
Coronation takes time. Note that meanwhile no one is handling the realm, so nothing new can be built. Think twice before chain murdering rulers to get the ideal personality. Yeah. Well, what was the name for killing kings? Not fratricide, but I forgot it. Anyway, committing too much noble murder. Ooh. Has the strength in rangers and weakness in priests. This new ruler is an ambitious explorer, which means lots of rangers will be appointed to go explore the wilds. Note that most personalities have weaknesses and undervalue some life paths. Let's pick the watchtower. Let's look at the watch. Rangers.
The brave Humus explorers. Famous for, well, famous for their casualty rate, really.
Expeditions. Sends rangers into expeditions to explore and colonize the world, can call soldiers for reinforcements into the wilds. Rangers are a critical part of human civilization. They serve both as their first line of defense and as scouts that will take resource nodes and enemy forces to colonize or attack. Where will they go? Like, over the edge or what? Got it. Pick the rangers.
Seems that these resources are free to claim. Good for them.
Raising of like this looks like farmland. Humans need to take new resources, colonizing them, but hostile entities can conquer them back and protect them under the right circumstances. Farm might be inevitable. The wrong way to approach skirmish: be neutral, help humans lose and profit of their death, or try to help and save them. Depends on your needs. Well, extra souls for more resources, I guess. Here remaining walks also. Okay, yeah. Let's kill them.
Very bad puppies. You did good. However, more will come if you don't also destroy the lair. These logs might come in handy. If you can aim, that is.
Yeah, but I'm not 100% sure. Destroy the walk layer. Yeah. Ah, that's the layer. Ah, okay, it's a little bit unclear, but okay.
Oh, all out of juice. Let me patch you up. Here you go. Have fun.
Oh, that was... Okay, let's back that. Okay. Okay, it is not as easy as it looks. And also, when is that player being
You
determined
should
to
keep an
be?
eye on your faith coins. You spend them rather fast.
Yeah, like, it's not so easy. It's, like, is it considered right now or not? Yeah. Yeah, let's wait for all the wood and then not considered all. Okay, that will take a little bit. Now, finally,
Oh, look! They were guarding a chest. Maybe you should crack that open.
let's go. Loot box. Over chest. Break open. I want to click you. How do I break it open? Hello? Break. Yeah. Oh. Okay. Use the spell force push on your chest to push it around and break it open. Ah, okay. Cool. So what do we get? There's several ways to get reward chests. Complete
Chief?
secondary
Oh, that cash will, come in handy. Let's use it to kickstart our hellish operations.
Complete secondary objectives when you have some destroy hostile spawning locations. Some are even hidden in the wilds for free. Gotta catch them all. Pokemon. Okay, let's go to hell. We did not get one for, well, travel to hell, yeah.
Ugh, what a mess. Look at these degenerates, lobbing up chaotically. They should wait their turn in an orderly fashion.
In hell, corruption makes the soul periodically gain random sins, except when inside a building or when waiting inside a waiting line. Hey. Getting woo. Makes souls wait in orderly fashion. Dispatches souls to buildings that requires one. Provides corruption shield against souls degeneration. Well then, how do I? Ah, okay. And this is the entrance, or the other way around? Okay. Got it. Okay, the secretarium. It's right here. This one.
The obvious. Guess I'll fit.
Oh, much better. It's prettier that way, and has the added benefit of preventing them from accumulating sin while inside the line.
Chief, all of this is fine and dandy, but what about our breaks? You know, I've seen guys purposely take longer if you don't give them facilities dedicated to chilling. Not me, of course. I would never do it. No!
Okay, then let's have a dedicated chilling area. What do we? A break room.
We don't want souls to bumble in here. You should connect the building with an imp-only road to avoid hummus getting lost in personnel-only neighborhoods.
Improd. Keywords are used exclusively by employees and provides a week's walk speed boost. Imps will use soul roads both ways as well as improd, whatever is faster. Well then. But so imps can also use soul roads. Okay. Okay, imp roads are bidirectional and can only be taken by employees. They are essential to create employees-only neighborhoods. Okay.
It's good you tidied things up a bit, but it's still missing something. Maybe it's a bit too bland. Look at the souls. They behave like they're in an amusement park. We should spook them a bit.
Right. Here props have an aura with the size and power relative to the prop. Here, nearby souls will acquire fear while within its vicinity. Upon crossing fear threshold, soul will move much quicker. Make sure to keep them properly spooked. Got it.
Administrator, are these decorations meant to stay?
Holy hell, some of these decorations scare the bejesus right out of me.
Yeah, I might have to file a complaint if you make us work around these.
Oh, there's always something. We should probably build motivating props as a token of goodwill for the employees.
Motivating props. Vision. Dinatron 5000. No, 3000. You want to buy some death sticks? Yes, there is some Obi-Wan. Motivation surrounding imps, making move and work quicker. Wee woo, Sky Dancer. Inspiring screen setup. Most employees do not believe one word of it. However, they thought that the administrator burned hard-earned cash just to get their favors. It is real motivation factor. But that is the real motivation factor. Let's.
I hope they're happy now. Or at least happier.
I hope
Sure
so
they can
too.
never be satisfied.
We heard that.
The amount of souls in here are quite a bit. Okay, click on a highlighted imp. Where's the highlighted imp? There's one. Ah, there. Hello.
Alright.
Motivation
Yeah,
props
much
work just
better.
like fear.
They should work faster now. Maybe.
But for employees, however, motivation not only improves their move speed but also their work efficiency. Fear and motivation have opposite effects. Employees will be demotivated by fear, and souls will be reassured by motivation. Try to segregate employees' neighborhoods from souls' highways whenever possible. Got it.
I was thinking, this heavy magical tome you were given when you got the job. Maybe we should have a little chat about it. It is the one and only Liber Administratum, a codex of immense power, raving about the art of bureaucracy. Your predecessors imbued it with teachings of their own, before it was eventually passed on to you. You will have to attune to it if you want to decipher its powers and technologies.
Do I do that? Open Liber.
Don't let yourself be intimidated by it. With time, it will be easier to navigate through its chapters. Each of them comes with its unique theme and passive powers to unlock. This is also where you can research new constructions and spells, but it doesn't come cheap. The heroes are the heavenly currency you will have to spend to study the Liber Administratum and unlock new powers. To get more, you'll have to do your job and purify the hummus of their sins. More precisely, every time a Hummu resurrects from hell with a low enough amount of sin, you will get one hero. Easy enough, yes?
Yeah.
Here, I was allowed to award you 5 heroes to get you saddled up, courtesy of the chairman. For now, let's have you acquainted with a very important tool, the Souls Dispatcher.
Okay. Soul Dispatcher. Soul Dispatcher, the most important building of an effective organization. It is used to separate souls according to custom criteria. Those that pass the criteria of an exit will leave through that exit. If the soul matches none of the criteria, it will still go through the determined fallback line. So basically an gate, an AND and OR gate on. Or if a little bit programming interesting. Unlock new powers, buildings, and spells through the technology tree. 5 categories. Each has 3 unique passive powers. Technologies and later levels of passive are more expensive in heroes. And Soul Dispatch.
Good. Thanks to this tool, you will segregate souls according to any criteria you may fathom. This is by far the most important building for an efficient bureaucracy.
Ah, there. Soul Dispatch. There. And
In the overview, you can see all 3 exits with their respective rules, if any, as well as the current fallback exit. You can set up a new rule from here, but we'll see that later.
okay. Configure if you into configure. Ah, rules there.
This is the details panel. When a soul enters a dispatcher, it checks if it matches any existing rule. Remember though, it checks from top to bottom, and the soul will go out on the first matching exit.
Very true.
Whether it's a specific sin, various statuses they can have, or other characteristics, each category has its own rule language. You'll have to explore the various options in due time. Make sure to set the different parameters according to your needs. We will want a hero's lane that checks the amount of corruption in a soul before letting it through. That way, you'll make sure to only resurrect souls that will award you a hero.
Erasable. Accumulated value of all capital sins needs to be certain threshold when resurrected to grant one hero. That is will fulfill that condition. Okay, what do we here? As the saint, saints are immune to every type of sin. Emulations, they do not sin while alive or immune to hell's corruption, cannot be punished. Saints make nearby humans resistant to sins. The various positive okay. Love and various types of deviancy. Okay, interesting.
Now that we have our rule for specific souls, we have to determine what happens to souls that do not meet it. This happens in the fallback exit section. Here, you can select a lane in which souls will go if they do not match any of the rules set above. In our case, we want souls to loop back to our Omnisin doctors due to their sin level being too high. Could you kindly?
Fallbacks.
Great, great. You learn fast. Now it's up to you to make up your own rules. In a bureaucracy, making stuff up can be its own reward. Now, this hell is already much smarter than when we found it, but it's still missing one little thing. Loops.
That can only go well, I've heard. Loops are definitely never a source of infinite problems if you don't pay attention to them. Oftentimes you will need 4 roads to cross each other without turning into a crossroad to drop a crossing there, and souls will ignore the other road while walking through it. It allows for greater permissiveness when taking layouts. Got it. Build crossings at the... okay.
About time.
Crossing.
Perfection. I think we're done here for now.
I think so too.
Nightfall. The hummus will stop working and head home now. I could tell you they're going to go to sleep, but you're a grown-up. You can take the blunt truth. Hummus? Tend to shaboink at night. A lot. In fact, they can get pretty naughty, even to my standards. At least now you know where their daily natality comes from.
Well,
If I may, should you feel like preventing them from having a promiscuous night, you can always disturb them during the deed. If you do that, it will remove them from those partaking in the natality count for the next dawn.
Why would you prevent them from having some fun? No, 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 no. This goes against my work ethics.
well, the succubus.
I wonder why. Damn boss succubi are the best.
Well, if you're overflowing with hummus, with all the problems that it brings, and want to slow down their development, that would be a good way.
Well, shaboiking is like the first time.
However, note that studies have shown that disturbed humans are prone to wrathful tantrums if disturbed during their frivolous moments. So much so that they might just go back to work rather than stay home to listen to this cacophonous chaos.
I think we've established that we shouldn't do that. So let's wait for dawn and check the morning's fresh creation of newcomers.
Many humans that are properly fed, not sick, and spend enough time. So it's 6. Okay. At night, uninterrupted, contribute to day's natality, meaning that soldiers and rangers never contribute. The first, those that did contribute get lustier. Okay. The like shaboinking is like the word in itself.
Administrator? It seems that one of your collaborators deserves a raise. Surely that takes priority over messing with people's night activities.
When doing their job, employees gain experience. After a while, they will level up and getting a free stats, custom trade, pick, and an automatic quick race. Cool. Don't want to recruit. There.
You smell that? That's right.
New trade.
New
Experience
cologne.
gains. Imp of the month. Hint hater. Purge from the highest sin. Those. Chance of soft failure. Fulfill. Optimistic. Unionist. No wage increase this level. 50% chance to line whenever strike starts. Let's do upgrade trades. Break time. Let's do the experience
Good
gain.
employees do not come cheap. Sometimes fostering mediocrity is a good way to save cash.
Ugh, really?
What? I'm just saying. It's an option. Every day at dawn, you will have to pay the sum of all wages and maintenance costs of Hell buildings merged into the upkeep value. If you can't pay, you should expect strikes from your employees.
You're damn right we will.
Don't mess around with people's cash.
We're not slaves, I think.
See? You'll want to keep a close eye on your upkeep.
Upkeep is due at dawn every day. Employees will go on strike for a time if the upkeep is paid in full. The amount of employees that go on strike is proportional to the faulty payment. Alright. Yeah, the trades thing go from 1 to 5.
I think that's it. We've covered some more advanced notions. Let's give you the opportunity to experiment a little bit and earn some much-needed heroes.
Eine Synthesis Specialist. Special Special.
Not good for one's heart.
Pathologist. Pathologist. Rheologist. Astrologist. Astrologist. Constant. Heroes for that. We need more money. More soul. Why is there a... Why are you going? Anyway, what I wanted to say, but we have enough heroes. Our rank 2 is 10. Okay, cool. So we need next shop. Ow. Coffee. Okay. What I wanted to say. So, the actual banking, I've only heard like what was it, content farm? Like the channel. I guess the term like on social media. Like I've never heard that before. Funny that they that one. Well, decopulate, then we have more potential death. Potentials can harm for our purposes. So, also in Sintopia there was like multiple, like I think there were 6 different aliens, similar to here with like different like demons, but not demons, like imps and so on. Like the 3 different categories of workers. Like in Sintopia you had like different aliens and they would work in different depending on their species. So, yeah. I think I will turn down the music a little bit. Ambient background. Good. And slowly but surely working. What other buildings do we have for scaring? That's on soul processing. Doctor. We have that. Let's look at fear. Impaled automaton. A thought that boggles the mind. Would the souls be more scared if the automaton was blueskins? Potentially. gargoyle statue. Did you know? Well, Hell Ink's gargoyles look as heavy as it gets. They are in fact made of painted polystyrene, making them much easier to move around. Let's just hope no soul ever stumbles against one, and then everything falls apart. A gibbard. Some would say that scaring souls with a prospect of eternal suffering is a low-hanging fruit. That's true. Okay, this is 3x3, that is 3x3, and that is also 3x3.
Working too much, not good for one's heart.
Okay.
Working too much, not good for one's heart.
I have now enough, so let's do a strategist. Conditions with a specialist. Fear motivation. Souls processed here will have an important amount of dust removed in exchange of dollars. We could. How much space do we have? That is big. Where do we put that? Here? Big. I'm not really happy with the layout, to be very honest. Like the looping around is all very... I'm almost thinking like if a lot of like a lot of lust and then looping it back around there. Why not? See how it will go. Roads, so roads here to there, and from here to here to here. Okay, what employee do we need? Only a simple one. And let's look 2, 3. I think the best one would be.
It's a prank. Here I have to talk to people.
Okay, there's a little interesting. Then here, if create rule, you will exit at A, B, at A. If highest in is last, then for example your highest is not plus, yours is envy. Wait, that is expensive. Let's see. That is already a strike. Then let's speed that stuff up. Yours is not lost, yours is... think I should have picked something else than last. Also, I think I need to. The layout of this whole thing is not so ideal. Yeah, let's speed things up and see how it goes. And hope that we have enough money. Yours is not lost, yours is not lost, yours. Hmm. I'd like to. I am not so happy about the current status. Thinking about rules. Fallback XA. Because I need to get them through the specialists. Stop striking. I just have to get 75. I need more sinners. While that is going, in general, my first impression is quite needs to turtle symptoms a little bit. Okay? Um, the kind of premise of the game, interesting enough, I guess. How to say? It's a little bit like I how it is like that. It's like the pathways and so on is like less of a management sim, like to Point Hospital or Sintopia, and more of like a pathway, maybe programming, or more like a logic puzzle. It is interesting that you have like the overworld and the hell, but yeah, anything. Yeah, there should be. Or noticing. Of this is comparatively over because that pre-built layout is not how I ideally would do. You can a little bit. I know, get some more chaps. Oh yeah. And Torment. Attention. Yeah. We're almost special. So famine. Of 114 humans wanting to eat today, 97 were left hungry due to the food shortages. They grew weaker and developed an unhealthy relation to food. Okay, so could help with the famine by reducing the humus population. And I think they will develop botany.
Look at you flying so low. I think the chairman will want to see for himself what you can do without training wheels. And frankly, so do I. Let's see what you're really made of.
So then I guess we have oops. I think the next one is going to be the pre-game. But I'm almost thinking about that we will do that in the next episode of the Sintopia demo from the Deck 17 developers. Let's have a little look. As the temple thrives. Days 5, Humus 198, Soul 30, average no meta, 60 is punished quite a lot. Those resurrected, 49, German satisfaction. Good job, Paul. Always knew that you had it in you. Good, then how it continues we will see in the next episode of Sintopia. If you want more long form content like that, subscribe to my secondary channel Plum-with-Fun, and if you want more short concise content, subscribe to my main channel Plum-with-Fun. Yeah, what I mean is the secondary channel for long form content Plum-with-Fun Raw, and the main channel Plum-with-Fun. I'm out.